Okay, continuing with the books about VIP protection, close protection. Um, the next book is going to be about a very specific unit, and it's this book, Deter, Suppress, Extract, A History of Royal Military Police Close Protection by Richard Keightley. RMP, Royal Military Police, have protected various figures. For example, during World War II, they were involved in protecting Winston Churchill, Field Marshal Montgomery, and so on, on more or less an ad hoc basis. And then later, with the rise of terrorism, with Provisional IRA in Northern Ireland and the Rota Army Fraction in Germany, um, because of our commitments in Germany with British Army on the Rhine, the RMP was tasked to provide a unit to protect primarily general officers, but any visitors to military areas or establishments who needed protection. So the royal family, for example, frequently makes official and unofficial visits to Germany, with them being German. And so there was a need for this with the Bader-Meinhof and the RAF terrorists, and obviously Northern Ireland. So what they did was they sent some personnel to train with 22 SAS in Hereford. The Counter-Revolutionary Warfare Wing had a BG cell, bodyguard cell, which had been in existence for excuse me, many years. They'd protected people or set up the protection for people like Jomo Kenyatta in Kenya and this kind of thing. And it was a very useful type of training to be able to provide to various friendly leaders. So the RMP sent the guys down, and they trained, and later on they sent some people down who became bodyguard instructors as well. And they brought this training back, and they set up the 177th unit in Northern Ireland to protect the people there, generals mainly, and the 6th platoon in Germany. But strangely enough, the book doesn't actually mention 6th platoon. It does mention CP in Germany, it doesn't mention 6th platoon. Then the FCO, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, had a requirement to have high-risk diplomatic personnel protected in various places around the world. And up till then, a private company, which was all ex-SAS guys, had been doing it. And this had become made public, and questions were asked in Parliament why this was done by a commercial company. So it was decided to give the military the task, and it fell to RMP. So they started sending teams out to protect ambassadors in places like Kampala and Beirut. And they actually had a big success in Beirut when the British ambassador was visiting the American ambassador, and the RMP CP guy who was positioned outside guarding the vehicles intercepted a truck bomb and shot the driver. And it still detonated, but he did it at such a distance that it wasn't as bad. And the team inside helped to evacuate both the British and the American ambassadors in conjunction with the American counterparts. So to do this, to operate, not normally VIP protection is based on avoidance. And if there's a hazard, then you avoid it. You advise the VIP, don't go there. So it's not something you want to be doing. But general officers, military personnel, just by the role, go into hazardous situations, war zones, and so on. So RMP had to create protection procedures for high threat environments. And this spread later to Bosnia and things like that. And this formed the basis for what later became the PSD procedures in places like Iraq. So RMP actually, through their training setup, their training wing at Longmoor, actually provided the basis for what became the very big industry, both official and commercial, that sprung up around the war on terror. The book is very detailed. It's got lots of the personalities involved, the officers and men who set the whole thing up and founded it. Some great photographs, range training in the snow and all sorts of things. So anyone interested in the history of how CP developed, particularly by RMP CP, who could justifiably claim to be the most professional outfit in the world, this is certainly is the book to get.